Wow, go on YouTube. So, today I want to talk about how a lot of things that didn't used to make you anxious or that didn't used to get you angry is going to be pissing you off or is going to be getting you really anxious on your journey. So personally, I've really noticed the fact that especially when I'm in class now, before when I started my retention journey newly, I was very like I couldn't care less, man. How do I say it? Like I couldn't care less what how do I say it, man? Like I just couldn't care if I was in the presence of people or not, man. I behaved like me to the fullest, and after I went on a very long streak, I realized the fact that I've become quite more sensitive to people's energy. So therefore I become a lot more anxious when I'm put on the spot. Like before, when I was put on the spot, man, like I'll be performing like I'm an actor, man. I mean, I'm being my real self, I'm being myself, and I didn't care. So I was very, like, how do I say, man, very straightforward, very, like, I just wasn't there to do the small talk, or I was very straightforward. But now I'm finding myself being more like considering the social norms. I'm trying to like consider how people how do you say it, man, feel. I don't know how to say, man, because I've become very sensitive to energy. I get more anxious, I'm able to pick up on other people's energy like quickly, and if that person is anxious, I tend to start absorbing this person's energy. So that I have found out about this journey, that you become quite more sensitive on this journey, and you become easily anxious by things that would never make you anxious in the past. But after you've been on this journey, you're going to notice that you sense people's energy more. You know people's intentions. You know if this person who is talking or who is talking to you, what this person is feeling in the moment. It helps you tune into other people's emotions. I think it's for the fact that you are also tuning into your own emotions now. You're no longer avoiding your emotions, because one thing that happens on semen retention is the fact that old I don't want to say, like, what I want to say, I'm trying to say old sabotaging emotions, emotions that either you've been avoiding or you didn't even know it was present in you. Those emotions are going to come up and they are going to be healed. Personally, for me, I used to have how do I say, I still have it though, like the avoidance type personality. I'm not even trying to like how do I say, man, put myself in situations that are just going to naturally make me anxious. So I'll be avoiding situations like that, and I'll be avoiding people who I feel are going to put me in that situation. So previously, because we were releasing all the time, man, you didn't have, how do I say, man, you were not connected to yourself per se. So it was easier for you to not even feel other people's emotion. It was easier for you to like bypass how other people are feeling in the moment, because you yourself don't even know how you are feeling, because every feeling you have recently, you've suppressed them, you've pushed them aside, but the thing, and how do you push them aside? You push them aside by always relapsing and looking for means and method to escape yourself per se. So that is how you always avoid your emotions. But since you're no longer avoiding your emotions, since you're no longer releasing, since you're not using releasing as an escape method for your emotions, you are going to notice the fact that you become quite more sensitive, man. You're a lot more sensitive than previously. So this is where we are today. Oh shit. So you become a lot more sensitive than before, only for the fact that you are connecting with yourself now. You know, you're becoming you're getting in touch with your real self. You know, previously you were a shadow of yourself per se. You didn't really know who you were, you know, so you didn't even know what to react to, or you just couldn't feel the environment you were in. But on semen retention, you start feeling the environment you are in. You know, everything becomes very clear. Everything becomes very. If it's pitch, it's going to become higher. You know, if it's taste, your taste gets better. And yeah, bro. I just hate the fact that it's making me care about things I wouldn't care about before. You know. Like, it's limiting me, that's what I'm trying to say, you know, because previously, bro, I was just saying whatever comes to mind. I mean, not, I wasn't just talking off breaks, you know. What I'm trying to say is, like, what I'm trying to say, whatever I was saying is not, how do I say, it's not offensive, you know, but just the fact that it's just direct and unfiltered per se, you know, because then I wasn't caring about other people's emotions, because I couldn't feel it, you know, I couldn't, like, how do I say, understand per se how they were feeling. But now you get to feel other people's emotions intensely, you know. And like the video I made yesterday, because you're able to feel their emotions, you're able also to connect with them. You're also able to read them like a book, because you can put yourself in their shoes and understand how this person is feeling, or what this person is going through in the moment, and therefore you know how to go with this person, you know. So yes, it's making me care about things that I wouldn't care about before, and it's also making me sensitive. How do I say, man? Anxious about things that I would not be anxious about before, man. So yes, retention is going to do that to you, man. It's just going to heighten all your senses. You might even become clairvoyant, man. And by clairvoyant, I think is the clear perception of things, you know. You perceive things the way they are per se, you know. Or I don't know if it's the hearing, I don't know what is that, man. But yes, your senses are going to be increased, man. Your senses are going to be heightened to, if your senses was at 1, it's going to become heightened to like 100, man. Simply for the fact that, how do I say, man, it's just like a Wi-Fi, you know. The moment you connect to a Wi-Fi, you have access to every information. Like, you can access like different sites, you can access different apps and all of those things, man. Same thing happens to your retention. The moment you connect yourself with the God Wi-Fi, which is the overall Wi-Fi, man, can you imagine the number of things you are opening yourself up to? You're opening yourself up to people's boredom, you're opening yourself up to people's unhappiness, you're opening yourself up to people's anger, you know. You start to, like, how do I say, man, you tend to like absorb, man. Like, there's just this intense feeling of being so present wherever you are that you can feel almost everything going on around you, like internally as well, you know. It's just not about your physical senses, you know. You become also internally aware, you know, of how you are feeling, or how your energy is affecting other people around you, you know, how you are making other people feel as well, you know. So yes, this journey is just making me, look, every day, man, every fucking day, I'm discovering a new part of myself, you know. I'm like, okay, I didn't know this before, you know, I didn't know this about myself before, and now I do. So don't hang on to my words, you know. How do I say, man? Like, let me say yesterday, if I say semen retention is going to make you cold and emotionless, I'm not saying you become, I mean, like, you're more in control of your emotions, you know. You know what and when to give your emotions out, or to react emotionally to something, you know. Your emotions is not the one controlling you, rather you have a control over your emotions. So yeah, so also when I say sensitive, I mean you don't have control about that, you know. It's just the fact that everything becomes more vivid for you, everything becomes more clear, everything becomes more, I don't know how to say, man. Your taste, your hearing, your eyesight, you're able to see further, you're able to, bro, your ability is just increase, man. That's what I'm trying to say. And I hate that sensitivity part, bro, because I'll be picking up on energies that I'm not supposed to be picking up on. let's say I'm talking, for example, maybe we're in class and we are doing a presentation, I might not be in that moment because usually I'm a nervous wreck, man, since I've been on this journey. Maybe let's say for in that moment I'm not being nervous, like I'm not nervous, but then even when my partner is trying to hide the fact that he or she is nervous, I can feel it, and in me being able to feel him, I tend to take up his nervousness as well. That kind of, I hate that sensitivity, man, that comes with this journey. But it's also a good thing, man, because it's going to protect you. It's going to protect you from people who are trying to harm you and take your energy from you, in the sense that you're also able to feel their energy and you're also able to feel their intention. And if they're coming with you, if they're coming at you with a how do I say, man, quite manipulative energy, you can sense it from 10,000 miles away, and to avoid this person. But for the greater part, you're just going to be meeting people who, how do I say, man, who are just intrigued by your energy. And like on this journey, man, if somebody is coming up to you, you can guess why this person is coming up to you. And when the person speaks, your guess is almost 80% right, more than half of the time, man. Also, you're able to predict people's real personality and character. You're able to see their core per se. So if this person is being true to you, man. Like, this journey comes with a lot of, it's just so multi-dimensional, man. Like, you become a paradox on itself, man. Like, this minute, it's not even this minute, because you are all of them in one now. You are anxious, you are calm, you are boiling inside, but you're also smiling. Like, how do I say, man? That anger that comes with retention, man. You're feeling it, but you're also smiling. You're able to connect with people easily, but you also prefer to stay on your own, like, more than 90% of the time, man, because nothing brings you more happiness than being by yourself. So yes, on this journey, man, expect for paradoxes to be happening to you, man, because you are engaging life in a different way. That's one thing you have to understand, man. Not a lot of people are engaging life the way you're engaging life. So sometimes you might even catch yourself asking yourself, like, look, like, why is this thing so? Why is this person behaving like this, man? I feel like it should be a common sense that you should know this and this by now, but then you have to catch yourself and say, look, everybody is on a different journey, man. At some point you didn't even know about this journey, and now you know about it. Back then, anybody who knew about the journey looking at you would have also been looking at you the same way you are looking at people now who do not know about this journey. So yes, have some compassion for yourself, man, whenever you are going through a lot. There's also a lot of down, like, days where you don't even want to stand up. Another irony, when you get on this journey, there's so much energy that you don't know what to use it for, and then there are days where you don't even want to get up from bed at all. Like, it could be days back to back. I feel like what's happening is the fact that you are changing. You are transforming from one person to another person. And what usually happens, when a butterfly is also transforming, they usually go in a chrysalis state where they are in a tissue-like foldings. Like, they are enclosed in a tissue-like foldings, and then they stay there for about, I don't know how long it is, man, but yes, they need that phase to become a butterfly. So yes, you are in that phase, so you need a lot of rest, man. Look, there are days your body will never want to cooperate with you. Trust me, man. There are days your body will not want to cooperate with you. Like, I don't think that's the flat line. The flat line is over a very long period of time, I think. Maybe a week, 2 weeks. This one happens for like 2 days or 3, and then you're back on your feet again, and then you grind, do what you're supposed to do, chase your goals, and then for like another, after 1 month, you experience another period of not wanting to do anything with your life. You want to engage in negative vices and all of that. So yes, man, it's just part of the journey, bro. It's part of the journey. But I just hate the sensitivity part, man. It's crazy. Like, bro, you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, in social situations now, man, like, Even just looking at somebody, I can make people anxious, like just like very confident people, man, just by looking at them. So now I tend not to be looking at people. Like, I mean, when I'm having a conversation with you, like what we are just one on one, I mean, I'll give you the eye contact and all that, but when we're like 4, 5 people, man, whenever somebody else is talking and I start staring at them, they start shaking, and I could feel it in their voice. But the moment I remove my eyes, or maybe I'm looking down or something, man, then you could feel their confidence come back. They are very fluent again and all of that, man. So I don't know, that sensitivity, I think, is also people are also sensing that energy off of you, man. So you have to understand, man. You become a very powerful energy node. You are a very powerful energy house on this journey. And if there's anything, every human operates from an energy. I mean, we all have a certain limited amount of energy from the time we are born to the time we are dead. Now you have started conserving that in an enormous amount. What do you think is going to happen, man? One, you are going to look young. Two, people are going to want to touch you or talk to you, man, because you have that which makes life. You have that which makes life interesting. So yes, you are also going to become interesting, and people are going to want to come around you. But then also you are very sensitive, man. So you're also going to want to be avoiding people at the same time, and you want to connect with people. But then when connecting with people, you tend to find out that your presence just makes them nervous. Like, you're not being aggressive, you are not frowning, you might be smiling, but they are just still nervous whenever you're around, man. Bro, it's just, I wish the sensitivity would not be part of this, man. I wish that I wasn't so sensitive to people's energy on this journey, because then, bro, I know the things I can do, man. Like, I know the things that my sensitivity is stopping me from doing. Like, there are people who I see, man, and I'm like, yo, I know I can do what you're doing, but then I'm on this journey as well. You become so smart or wise per se, that you tend to like calculate. You are very logical in everything you do, man. You tend to like calculate like the consequences of everything you're about to do. So in doing so much calculations, you find yourself paralyzed by having so many decisions to how do I say, man, to consider. But somebody who is not open, somebody is not, God, I hate to use the word awake, man. Somebody who, how do I say, man, who probably has not realized their true self, would do that same thing that you're able to do, and do it like really well, simply because they are not considering so many things that you've started considering. You've opened yourself a lot to so many energies. How do I say, man? You've opened yourself to be able to perceive so many energies, so many frequencies, So with change in frequency comes a change in the way you think, your thinking process. So you start to consider a lot, man, a lot of things that you would not even consider in the past, because you were asleep. So you have a goal you need to achieve, but then you are paralyzed by a lot of contemplations. It's just simply for the fact that you're intelligent, man. It's just, that's why you see people who are stupid with a lot of confidence. I think it's a saying as well, man, that the more, I don't know, is it the Duna effect? Like, this effect where intelligent people tend to question themselves more, and people who are just out there, man, tend to just go direct into whatever it is they want to do and just do it without any thinking, and then they achieve their goals, man. Like, they become either successful or something, man, or like whatever it is, but you is just for the fact that you consider a lot, man. You tend to, like, how do I say, man, you tend to break things down to the tiniest bits before you can engage. Like, you tend to always want to see the end of it. I don't know how to put it, man. Like, you already see the end, you see the bigger picture, you know where it's leading you and where it's not leading you. So you are, bro, I don't know how to do it, man. You just become open, sensitive to a lot of things, intelligent as well, smart. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that today. And if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my other videos. Ciao.